Are you happy and you know it because you weigh a certain way? Are you happy and you know it because you are the size you want to be? Or are you unhappy because there's a size that you want to be or a weight that you want to be and you're just not there? Is it possible that weight and size are very complicated? And I'll just use a simple example. I'm not sure if this happens for men, but for women, when we go shopping, depending on the shop, depending on the outfit, depending on the manufacturer, sizes are completely different. So I always use the example, if I'm going shopping for black trousers, this is a classic. I remember I was in London and there were a lot of shops to buy black trousers from in London. I spent I think it was 2 days. And I was everything from a size 0 to a size 18. 0 to 18. Now, technically, and I only know this because one of my really good friends is a fashion designer, he shared with me that, Rowie, you're a size 16, a standard 16 in the upper body, and a standard size 10 in the lower body. Now, that's a little complicated if you want to buy a dress, for example. So it's a shopping experience for me is very different for most people. But everybody's different, aren't we? Why do we focus on, I'm a certain size? And the interesting thing is, have you ever been into a shop and said, can I please have the 55 kilogram pair of pants, please, or the 60 kilogram dress, please? So we focus on weight. I want to be a certain weight. But then what about the size? And as I always share when I talk about weight, what does that actually mean? And I always get a little bit sad because so much time and energy and passion and anger and anxiety is wasted on weight. And interestingly, physiologically, when you stand on the scales, ultimately, if you're a woman and you're getting older, and we're all getting older, by the way, you actually want your weight to go up. You don't want to be losing weight from water. You don't want to be losing weight from bone mineral density because you've heard that expression, bones are very heavy. I've just got heavy bones. Well, congratulations. You do want to have heavy bones because if you don't have heavy bones, you get osteoporosis. So you don't want to lose weight from water. You don't want to lose weight from bone mineral density. You don't want to lose weight from muscle tissue because muscle is the engine in your body. So if you're losing muscle, then you're going to be losing the ability to burn calories, your ability to do stuff, your ability to have a fast metabolism. Muscles are pretty bloody important. And they weigh a lot because they're an active substance. They have blood supply. They use up a stack of energy and they weigh heavy on the scales. So this concept of I want to be a certain weight doesn't make any sense, particularly if you walk into a clothes shop and say, please, can you give me the 55 kilogram dress, please? But then what about size? And do you ever go shopping and get really annoyed because in one shop you're a certain size, in another shop you're a different size? In one shop, a manufacturer says you're a size 10, and in another shop, a different manufacturer says you're a size 12 or 14 or 18 or whatever it is. So here's a great question to ask. When you look in your mirror, there's some things to consider about what you can change, what you can't change. And I always ask these questions because the things that we can't change, should we accept them? The things that we can change, should we just change them? And perhaps the wisdom to know the difference. So obviously we can't change our height. There's no exercise program or eating plan to change how tall we are. If you touch the bony part of your shoulders, that's it. That's where you can't make that smaller. You can't make that bigger. That's your shoulders. That's what they are. You can't change that. If you touch your hip bones, that's as wide as they are. You can't have thinner hip bones or wider hip bones. The difference or distance between your hip bone and your knee, that's the length of your leg. Between your knee and your ankle, that's the length of your leg. You can't change that stuff. So have you ever been to a clothes shop where something's fitted you in the body, but you've had to get the arm size changed because the sleeves are too long or the legs are too short or too long? Or obviously, if they're too short, it's a bit complicated. But if they're long, you can get them shortened. See, we can change some things. I love these trousers. I'd like to buy them, but they're too long for me, so I can chop them off. But if they're too short for me, I either chop them off and make them shorts, or I can't change that. So it's always interesting to consider why do we waste energy on stuff that we can't change? So the width of my shoulders, the width of my hips, the length of my legs, the length of my arms, the length of my body, that's pretty much set. How much muscle I have is my choice because as I get older, I'm going to lose muscle tissue if I don't protect, look after, maintain my muscle. And that means I could get lighter on the scales, I could get smaller in the body, because if my muscles are wasting away, I will get smaller physically, but I also might get bigger physically, because as my engine wastes away, is it possible then that my fat increases because my metabolism slows down? So the stuff that sits between my skin and my muscle, that might increase because my metabolism slowed down, because I've lost muscle tissue. All things to consider when it comes to what you can change and what you can't change. So our bones are pretty much set, but again, you can keep the bone mineral density that you've got. Osteoporosis, bone thinning disease, is supposed to be an old lady's disease. First of all, it's now in children. We're seeing inactive children with osteoporosis, so that's just, I just cannot fathom why we would allow that to happen to our kids. But as a woman, you don't have to get osteoporosis. It's not, oh, because you're an old lady, you're going to get osteoporosis. That's just BS. If you lift heavy weights, if you maintain your bone mineral density by having strong muscles pulling on your bones, keeping your bones strong, then of course you're not going to get osteoporosis. And I always use my mother as the example. My mother had advanced osteoporosis at 74. Then we started her on a strength training program, on a boxing program, on a running up and down stairs program. I always use that example. You run up the stairs for your heart to get puffed, and you run down the stairs for your bones, impact on your bones. She does boxing for impact for her arms. And at 80 years of age, my mother had slight osteopenia. So she completely, according to the orthopedic surgeon, removed osteoporosis from her body between 74 and 80 years of age. So much so that they redid the test because they thought there was something wrong with the testing process. So isn't that exciting that you can be a fit, strong, healthy person for a long time, maintain your bone mineral density, maintain your muscle, not get old, but that's going to affect the scale. If you want to lose weight, osteoporosis will do it for you. Bone thinning disease, bones wasting away, you'll get lighter on the scales and you'll get smaller. If you waste your muscles away, you'll get lighter on the scale and you'll get smaller. If you are dehydrated, you'll get lighter on the scale and you'll get smaller. But guess what? All of those things don't create a healthy, fit, strong, energetic, enthusiastic, excited body to get up and go and do the stuff that you want to do. So what can you change? Can you change how much body fat you have? Yes, you can. Now, there are some people that would argue that because we're all born with a certain number of fat cells and you can't change that. But yes, you can change how much fat is inside the fat cell. So whether you were born with 50 billion or 40 billion or 140 billion fat cells, because apparently there's that many of them, and I don't know who counted them, it wasn't me, but according to the experts, that's the number. I don't have to have full fat cells, and neither do you. The amount of fat we put into our body, the amount of fat that we eat, or the amount of food that we don't burn up and that turns into fat, that is a choice. And I choose to have a fast metabolism, strong muscles, so that I can sprint hard, lift heavy, keep my body strong so that I can eat whatever I bloody well want, eat the food that I want, and those fat cells don't get any bigger because my body burns up the fat before it's got a chance to get inside my fat cell. See, this is all very exciting. So here's my question. Have you picked a size? Have you picked a weight? Have you picked an energy level that you want to stick to for the rest of your life? And then forget about everything else. I have a bit of a giggle when I see those. I look at a tag on a piece of clothing and it says, one size fits all. Well, that, of course, isn't true. I remember one shop was very clever and they said one size fits most. Well, that's pretty awful, isn't it? Because what if it doesn't fit you? Well, you're obviously out of the most. One of the things that I've done for that, by the way, is I have found, and the reason why I know a fashion designer, is you could get your clothes made. Wouldn't it be nice to have clothes that you like, that you designed, that fit your body perfectly without having to put up with weight and size and manufacturing differences and all the stuff that comes with the hassle of going shopping? And I share that with you because Romax is all about being healthy, fit and strong, having a career or business that you love, and if you've got one of those, you'll have to pick clothes, obviously, so that you present well. Being financially free. And one of the beautiful things about being financially free is you can choose where you go shopping, what you buy, and who you buy it off. And wouldn't it be beautiful to have somebody to make your clothes for you? And there's all different ways to do that, by the way. You can have... I used to go to Thailand once a year and have clothes made, and that's a very inexpensive way to have beautiful clothes that fit your body perfectly. The tailors were amazing. I've found people in my local area now that are awesome at making clothes. They don't want to go and work for somebody else, so they have a home business. So I just pop into their house and they measure something up for me, and they can copy something that I already have. But when you're as old as I am, you know what suits you, so they can make something for you. Or you can just put it out there on social media. I want somebody to make clothes for me. This is my budget. This is what I like. Is there anybody out there? And I think you'll find that you could have the clothes that you want. So rather than one size fits all, one size fits most, am I size 10, am I size 20? The one that always interests me is the size 0. Because one time I did put on a pair of trousers and it said size 0. And I had a joke with the lady at the shop who obviously didn't think I was very funny. Does that mean I'm invisible? Because I'm no size at all. Fashion, it's weird, isn't it? How about this? Style never goes out of fashion. Fashion's designed to go out of style. How about pick a size, pick a weight, pick an energy level, pick your own style and dress the way you want to dress, look the way you want to look. And I always ask these 4 questions. Do you have a stack of energy? Do you perform at your best? Do you love what you see in the mirror? And are you getting the results that you want from your eating and exercise plan? And could that have a lot to do with a body that looks good in clothes, looks good outside of clothes? It's a beautiful sunny day today, and it looks like summer might be coming to the South Island of New Zealand, but we've still had snow on Christmas Day before, so who knows? But there's that time of the year when people go, I've got to put a singlet on or shorts on, or I've got to put my bikini on, or I've got to get outside and expose my body. And a lot of people don't do that. They stay inside because they're not happy with their body. Here's another great question. Wouldn't it be nice to have a body that you love, that you could take outside to do anything, wear anything, and be happy with the way you looked? So whether that's a wetsuit or a bikini or a ski suit or a nightclub outfit or a barbecue where you've been requested to, what's the word, smart casual, whatever it is that you have to wear, wouldn't it be nice to look good in it? And here's a really interesting question. And this has come from my fashion designer. He would call himself a stylist too, by the way, not a fashion designer. Have you ever gone to your wardrobe, to your cupboard, and said, I've got nothing to wear? Well, his suggestion is this: never have anything in your cupboard that you wouldn't wear and that doesn't make you look amazing. So if you put something on and you don't feel $1 billion in that outfit, his suggestion is don't have it in your cupboard. Everything that you own should be, when you put it on, you should feel awesome wearing it. So there should never be, I don't know what to wear. The only thing is, well, will I wear this colour or this colour today? Not, I don't know if I can wear that because it doesn't fit me. And there's that really interesting observation that people often share with me. I've got skinny clothes, I've got medium-sized clothes, and I've got fat clothes. Wouldn't it be nice just to have beautiful clothes that fit you all the time and your body doesn't change? Don't have clothes that are going to fit you when you're overweight. Doesn't that give you an option to be overweight? That's just a really interesting question. And then how awful is it when you go to the cupboard and you want to wear that, but you don't fit into it? That feeling of squishing into your clothes, or they zip doesn't work. There's a great quote again, and this came from my stylist. Daniel said to me, Rowie, just because it zips doesn't mean it fits. If you wear something one size too small, it can make you look 5 kilos, 10 kilos bigger. Now, I don't care about size. I don't care about weight. What I care about is looking and feeling my very best every single day. How about you? So if weight's controlling your life, if your clothes size is controlling your life, if you hate going shopping because of all of that process, how about live your life the way you want to live it? I call it living life to the max. And if that means that you have a financial plan that says that you can go to Thailand once a year and get your clothes made, or you have a budget to be able to buy clothes that suit you, not are in fashion. Why would you wear clothes that don't suit you? What a great question. And what a silly answer if you said, oh, because they're in fashion. So I would love for you to look and feel beautiful every day, look and feel energetic every day, look and feel healthy, fit and strong every day. That's one of the great things that I love when people say, because my clothing, bar when I'm in the garden on a hot day, I'm a fully covered up lady. And it's often funny when people say to me, "Oh, you're obviously in the exercise profession, or you're obviously healthy, fit, and strong. What do you do?" And I always giggle, because how can you tell? Is it possible that your health and fitness and energy and excitement and enthusiasm for life, it shines out of you? It shines out of your skin, your hair, your nails, your attitude, your positivity, your optimism, your solution-finding you as a person. And wouldn't it be nice to live your life like that? That's what Romax is about, and I'll share it again. Healthy, fit and strong. Have a career or business that you love. Be financially free so you can buy the clothes that you love, and have great people in your life. The people that respect you and love you, regardless of what size you are and what weight you are. They just want you to be the happy person who lives your life to the max. And wouldn't it be nice if we could inspire the other people in our lives to live their life to the max, so that you can sing every day like I do. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got this magical feeling that doesn't matter what you weigh. Woohoo!